AI titans biorisk guardrails, leading artificial intelligence developers including Anthropic and rolling out stronger safety protections after concluding they cannot fully exclude the possibility that advanced models might assist inexperienced users in the pursuing biological or chemical harm. Welcome to War India News. Over the past year, AI systems described as co-scientists have rapidly improved. They can summarize complex research, recommend experimental pathways, and even guide steps involved in molecule or protein design. Such capabilities hold enormous promise for medicine and public health, potentially accelerating drug discovery, outbreak response, and diagnostic accuracy. Yet, researchers warn the same fluency could be misused. Early studies indicate that AI guidance might go beyond what a person could achieve through ordinary web searches, lowering technical barriers. Scientists caution that the evidence remains preliminary and requires deeper validation. The dual use reality leaves policymakers facing an uncomfortable trade off. Restricting access to tide could slow life saving innovation, while broad availability might widen the risk landscape. Developers are therefore experimenting with layered safeguards, tighter content filters, expert monitoring, staging access to sensitive knowledge, and partnerships with biosecurity specialists. The debate is shifting from whether AI can add science to how society governs its power, seeking a path that protects the public without choking off breakthroughs that could transform human health. Let's look into today's headlines. L&T to boost data center capacity to 32 megawatt by March. Infrastructure giant L&T plans to commission 18 megawatt of data center capacity by the end of March. This will take its total operational capacity to 32 megawatt by the close of the current fiscal year. The total capital expenditure for the data center is estimated at around 1000 crores. Currently, 14 megawatt of data center capacity is operational, with the remaining 18 megawatts set to come online by fiscal year. China develops compact microwave driver that could destroy satellite networks. China has developed a new piece of military technology that could one day be used to disrupt satellite networks such as Starlink. Researchers at a research facility linked to the Chinese military Northwest Institute of Nuclear Technology (NINT) say they have built the world's smallest driver for a high-power microwave (HPM) weapon, a system that could potentially be used to disrupt satellite networks such as Starlink. The device measures about 4 meters long and weight roughly 5 tons, making it significantly smaller than comparable systems. Intel and AMD CPU shortages continue to worsen. The AI frenzy is now coming for CPU, as a new Reuters report says both Intel and AMD are struggling to meet enterprise demand, resulting in surge in prices. Server CPUs are now under immense demand for hyperscalers, potentially forcing Intel AMD to shift away from the client products. Over the past few years, DRAM, NAND, and semiconductors are experiencing massive shortages. This has ultimately created an adverse impact now just on consumers alone, but also on manufacturers like Intel and AMD. Iran's supreme leader warns of regional war if provoked by US military action. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has on Sunday issued a stark warning to the United States, saying any military action against Iran could ignite a regional war. Addressing the nation, Khamenei said Iran had no intention of starting a war or attacking any country, but would respond decisively and forcefully if provoked. The remarks came amid highlighting rhetoric from Washington and renewed focus on Iran following unrest inside the country and warning linked to the death sentence given to a protester. Former Washington Post editor calls out Jeff Bezos following last week's layoff. As the Washington Post continues to grapple with the fallout from last week's sweeping layoff and the leadership stake over the weekend, former executive editor Martin Barron has placed the blame on owner Jeff Bezos, arguing that his decisions have worsened the paper's financial and editorial challenges. The Post announced cuts to a third of the staff last Wednesday, stunning the staff and readers of the outlet and the wider news industry. On Saturday, its chief executive and publisher Will Levis resigned amid the turmoil. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and follow War India magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for more news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.